John Fredriksen, a controversial tanker and fishing king worth $10 billion. His road to riches is interesting and educational, with many great failures and successes along the way. Accused of stealing oil and receiving criticism for exploiting lax fish farming regulations in Chile, he's earned the nickname Big Wolf in Norway and gained a reputation as a notoriously media-shy profiteer. In an unauthorized biography about John Fredriksen, he's described, but it was not enough becoming the biggest and richest. John Fredriksen continues to hunt at an ever-increasing pace. Driven by an eternal urge to prove something, John Fredriksen has contempt for risk, for rules, and for weaklings. While others think Fredriksen acts without asking anyone, he does not own everything, but he decides everything. Many have become rich working alongside Fredriksen, but he's become even richer by working with them. And he never pays a penny in tax. In return, he's convicted to an eternal life as homeless. John Fredriksen was born on the 10th of May, 1944 in Norway. He grew up as the son of a welder on the east side of Oslo. But how did the son of a welder become the tanker king of the world? Well, because of his father, but not in the way you might think. His father did not have any special connections or insight in the industry. According to his father, Gunnar, in 1961, a young 16-year-old John Fredriksen laid in his bed and did not want to go to school. His father stumbled across a job listing as a broker's assistant at the shipbroking firm Blair & Tenvig. Of course, John Fredriksen got the job, quit high school, and secured the bag, and ever since has worked in the shipping industry. A mere 4 years later, John got a job offer from a company situated in Montreal, which he accepted. However, he did not find the work challenging enough and moved to the company's office in New York. He also spent some time working in Singapore before returning to Norway. After having racked up much experience and valuable connections in the industry, John Fredriksen finally decided to start for himself. First with the company Dominion Shipping. However, the company had so much trouble with one cement shipment from Egypt to Nigeria, which ultimately led to the company's downfall. The second time with the company World Shipping, he initially made good money on the purchase and sale of bunker oil. All the profits were subsequently invested in tanker stocks, inconveniently right before the tanker stock crash. With all the profits from World Shipping wiped away, he attempted a third time with the company Scanbulk. This time it was bulk shipping instead of tankers. Unfortunately, an unexpectedly large repair bill for a new container ship caused the company to go under. After spending many years in the industry and failing 3 times, he and 3 others started the company Northern Shipping in the mid-1970s, which got off the ground. Starting in 1980, John Fredriksen made a crazy amount of money by transporting oil in the Persian Gulf throughout the Iran-Iraq War. According to a biographer, he was the lifeline to the Ayatollah. During this period, he even had one of his ships hit by a missile. But that did not stop the company from being extremely profitable. His glory days of the 1980s abruptly came to an end when he and his company were accused by an insurance company of stealing oil. The claim arose in 1985 that a company was using the oil that they transported as fuel on their own ships. More accurately, $15 million worth of oil adjusted for inflation. Due to this, he sat in custody for 113 days. Later, he had to battle Norwegian prosecutors for 5 years. Although it lasted for 5 years, no one was prosecuted, however. John Fredriksen's company had to pay millions of dollars in fines for endangering the workers. As a result, banks lost trust in him, and the company was forced to sell all of its assets just at the beginning of a tanker boom, and the company was shut down. He quickly made a return in the 90s by buying and selling ships and drilling rigs. With this money, he bought a large share of the Swedish tanker company Frontline in 1996. Business was good, and he diversified into the offshore and fishing industry in the 2000s. In the offshore business, he has a large share in the offshore company Seadrill. In 2005, he bought a large number of shares in Pan Fishing. Subsequently making him the majority owner, he used this company to buy 3 of his competitors, naming the new, larger fishing company Marine Harvest, now known as Mowi, which is the world's largest salmon producer. His involvement in the salmon business in Chile has been the topic for much criticism, as it's said to be detrimental to the environment and workers. As good as the 2000s were for him and his businesses, they were not perfect for John Fredriksen. Due to a tax reform in Norway, he changed citizenship to Cypriot. The same year, his wife sadly died of cancer. Hence, he's given many millions of dollars to the Norwegian Radium Hospital. One of his donations was signed on a napkin at his annual Christmas party in 2007. Now, John Fredriksen has assets all around the world and in many industries, but shipping is where he belongs. When asked by Tradewinds about why he liked the shipping business, he responded by saying, "Born with it, more or less, since I started when I was 16 or 17 years old. I'll never let that go." Do you think John Fredriksen is a brilliant, hard-working businessman or a crooked, cunning profiteer? Please comment your opinions on Fredriksen down below and smash the like button. The next video will be about a man which is one of the richest in the world, so subscribe to be notified when I post the video.